Hey guys, this is Matt from Discovering His Way. I'm comparing today the Makita BHX 2500 with the what? The #1 blower in the entire world, the BG86 from Stihl. One is a 4-stroke, one is a 2-stroke, one is lighter, one is much heavier, one starts easy, and this starts even easier. As far as how loud they are, the Mikita wins, 67 decibels versus 70 decibels, but that's because of what? It's because this is a 4-stroke and this is a 2-stroke. Whenever you're using a 2-stroke engine, it's always going to be louder. But the benefits far outweigh 3 decibels. I promise you that. The size of the engine, this is 24.5 cc's, this is 27, and yet again, this is lighter. The Stihl was built here in the United States of America, and I'm proud. This, I couldn't find out what origin it was built, or where, and by who. Friends, when you're pulling out your blower, what are you doing? And you're like, is this a trick question? It's not a trick question. What are you doing? I'm blowing grass, I'm blowing leaves, I'm blowing garbage, I'm using it to start my fire. Good for you, that's what I use mine for sometimes. Can I share something with you? Both of these are $239. The air velocity coming out of the end of the Makita is a respectable 145 miles per hour. It's not bad. It's just not great. The Stihl, the air velocity coming out of it is 190 plus. What does that mean? You're like, well, Matt, look at, that's no big deal. When was the last time your phone went off and you looked at it and it was a severe thunderstorm warning and it said these words: winds in excess of 50 miles an hour, get all your lawn equipment into your garage, tie everything down, because 50-mile-an-hour winds are able to take off a roof, take off shingles, move all your lawn furniture 2 blocks down the road. That's the difference between this piece of garbage and the #1 blower in the world. 50 miles per hour coming out the end. It makes a vast difference unless you want to be sticking this thing 3 inches from the item that you want to move. But with this, I can be way far back and it's going to seem like I'm in an F5 tornado. You might be asking, what's the big deal with the 4-stroke engine? Friends, the reason that all these companies are pushing 4-stroke, including Stihl, which has mastered the 4-mix 4-stroke much better than Makita. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Guys, I wouldn't mind having one of the larger Stihl backpack blowers that is a 4-mix 4-stroke. Why? Because they've mastered it. German engineering, facing a headwind, facing the EPA, facing the loss of horsepower, facing you and I. Because you and I are using these products. Every lawn maintenance person, every homeowner that's ever picked up a blower, that's picked up a lawnmower, that's picked up a string trimmer or an edger, okay? They don't want to be let down, and Stihl has not let us down with their 4-mix 4-stroke or their 2-stroke that they've re-engineered to give it more power and somehow satisfied our EPA. Friends, sometimes I wish I lived on the other part of the world. Why? Because they don't have the restrictions that America does. You know what they have? Pull the cord, let it rip, tater chip. They don't have all this carburetor and all this EPA and all this smog crap on it, and yet Stihl has mastered it and they've minimized the effects that it has on you as you're using the unit. But there's very few companies, whether they're making a 4-stroke or they're trying to re-engineer a 2-stroke, that can do it. They just can't do it because it breaks down. And you're like, Matt, why do you have the Makita BHX 2500? That's $239. That's $500 sitting right there on top of this power box. Why do you own this? I thought you only liked Stihl. You're right, and you're wrong. I don't like Stihl. I love Stihl, because Stihl doesn't leave me standing in some guy's yard doing this number. And my arm hurts so bad, okay? I feel like I was at the gym for 10 hours straight. Oh, friends, listen very carefully. You see those words, Stihl? You see these words, Stihl? You know what you don't see here? You don't see the word Stihl. And you're like, yeah, what does that mean? Oh, let me tell you what it means. I like to go garage selling. I like to go to yard sales. And I have yet ever been to a yard sale where I have seen Stihl power equipment that wasn't 30 years old and someone was upgrading it and it had a sign, works like day one, and they sell it. I found this at a yard sale. And talking to the guy, he said this, hey, it works, it's just a little finicky. You gotta pump it, prime it, about 10 different times. And then he says, when you first start it, it's gonna go real slow. And he blamed it because it's a 4-stroke. It's gonna just kind of sputter and putter. And I says, did it ever run right? He says, oh no, that's how they make them. I went to the service place and they said, no, that's how it's supposed to be until it warms up for 15 minutes. Are you kidding me? 15 minutes I gotta wait for this piece of crap, 4-stroke from a Ford company, okay, to get it done, get it on? I mean, I just might as well burn money, burn my time. Are you kidding? Here's the thing. How much did he sell it to me for? Matt, you paid top dollar for it. I did. Top dollar, 10 bucks. It was between going to McDonald's and seeing what this thing was all about. Here's the thing. I'm willing to lose $10 to do a product review to save some of your souls, to tell you the truth. This is a glamorized piece of trash that will not last long at all. It really won't. But this, I've had these for years upon years. Friends, I dropped one of these off a cliff before, literally off a cliff, and I watched it roll end over end over end and smash. And guess what? The first thing I did, I wasn't worried about the scratches because that's a badge of honor. Friends, when I pull this rope on the Stihl, normally I don't pull it more than once. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? I could pull it out 6 months from now, and I may have to pull it twice. But here's the thing. Let's check this out. Let me follow the instructions. I put the choke on over here. Very hard. Look, I got to shove my finger way down here, and I got to pump it one. I got to pump it like 8 times. Then I got to turn it on. Or guess what? My Stihl's always on. What did you say? My Stihl is always on. How do I turn off my Stihl? With my hand on the anti-vibration trigger, I just push down. And so anytime I want to start it, I don't have to look around for the on-off switch. I just pull it. Okay, so let's try this out. Let me give a little more juice. All right, come on, baby, come on. Let me give it half choke. Okay. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Not bad, not bad. But can I ask you this? What's 50 miles an hour? Another problem that Makita has is I'll be blowing with it, because it's, you know, $10. I'm gonna get my money's worth out of it. And you're like, you wasting time, Matt? Yeah, I'm burning up time. And then all of a sudden it just quits on me. And I'm just like, what the heck just happened? You know what I'm saying? And I pull it again, I pull it again, I pull it again, I prime it, you know, I do everything. Oh, she's overheated. I mean, she's not feeling well today. I mean, I hate to say this, guys. Have you ever dated one of those women that was just kind of emotionally, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, look at, I'm not saying anything. What I'm saying is, this is likened unto a woman. Very emotional, very tedious. Sometimes she'll start, sometimes she won't start. Sometimes she runs for 15 minutes, sometimes she quits for 15 minutes. It's almost like she's gone to go get her nails done. You know what I'm saying? And she wants a pedicure and a manicure, and she's basically dictating to you as a man. She's saying, here's the thing, I'm done enough blowing today. I'm done with it, okay? Yeah, put me back in the shed. Make sure you wipe me off. Well, guys, I've been mowing a little bit this morning, as you can tell. It's hot. It's 98 degrees where I'm at right now. I don't have a lot of stuff to blow, but I did blow my neighbor's lawn. And maybe you can see the difference of 50 miles an hour, being this is out the chute 145 miles per hour. This is 190 out the chute. Let's go. Guys, let's try this out. Again, I don't have a lot of stuff to blow today, but I can tell you, listen, you can trust me on this, okay? Stihl wins, hands down, but for the benefit of the doubt, let's try this out. All right, here we go. Because it's the 4-stroke, sometimes it's finicky. You see what I'm saying? So you got a baby. If you give it too much gas at first, it's going to clog out. Okay, so listen. It's not bad once you keep it running, if it would keep running. It's not bad. It's not, look. If you have one of those, don't go throwing it away. You know, when it eventually breaks down, which will be soon, go to your Stihl dealer. I'm not kidding around. These things do not last long. And you know what I'm saying? You're actually putting, this isn't a formix. You're actually putting oil in this. And I found this to be just a pain in the tail because you need like 3 ounces of oil. And then watch this, every time you better, okay, with something like this, you gotta check the oil, but every time between uses, I have to add more engine oil where I can make a whole gallon of 2-stroke mix with the Stihl oil, and it lasts me for like 4 months. This, I understand, they're trying to, look, they are trying to appease the EPA. But here's the thing, if someone's making something better than you, why would you try to push something like this, which is a piece of trash, compared to the Stihl? Now, if Stihl did not exist, guys, look, it's hot out here. If Stihl did not exist, then friends, here's the thing, this would be a good unit. But because I know Stihl exists, and they sell one equivalent, okay, at $239 to $50, look at 50 miles per hour stronger. To me, it's a no-brainer. But again, if you want to lug something that's heavier, this is heavier. And if you feel like you're doing something for the environment, can I tell you this? You're not. You're still using oil in this thing, and you're burning it up like crazy because they haven't mastered this engine. It overheats. So guys, let's start this up. Back I am from the leaves, from the grass. Mikita, you got to get closer. I mean, look, it's still blowing at 145, but this is 190. That I noticed. The other day I saw someone with a Makita. You know what I didn't see him doing? This. You know why? It's too heavy. Do you understand? When you see me doing this, I'm kind of moving the air around like this with my wrist. With that thing, you'll snap your freaking wrist off. Lawn maintenance equipment, they are the best. Listen. Do you like buying substandard equipment? Do you like buying stuff that breaks? Do you have money to burn? Do you just want to waste your time and your efforts? Do you want to be putting oil in something all the time and trying to troubleshoot why this piece of crap is not working? Are you a DIY guy and that's why you would think about Makita or Echo or Husqvarna? Friends, those are garbage. I see that stuff all of the time. Just last week, there was a guy selling what was still selling at Lowe's. What was it? It was a Husqvarna. It was one of those hybrid things that you can put the other piece on the end. And you know what he wanted? He wanted $10 for it. I thought, why do you only want $10? Because he gets boatloads of these from Home Depot, from Lowe's, okay? And what do? They stamp R in the bottom of them and they sell them to him for $5 a pop. And he tries to take 4 or 5 of those Husqvarnas, put them together to make one that works so he can sell it in his yard. And those that are running are $30. Friends, I am not kidding. Have you ever bought a $300 weed eater for $10? The reason you're doing that is because it's a piece of trash. Guys, really? It's up to you which way you're gonna go with this. But for me and my house, we use Stihl. Guys, if I had to give you my honest opinion, 1 through 10, I'm gonna give the Mikita a 5. It's usable. If you had nothing else, yes, you can use this. You're gonna have to play with it. You're gonna have to finesse it. You're gonna have to fix it. You're eventually gonna have to trade it in. I would give this 10 out of 10. I didn't go over half the features of the anti-vibration system, the carburetor, the new air filtration system. I didn't go over anything. I wanted to compare power. I wanted to compare air velocity coming out the end. I wanted to compare price. And the only place that this Makita is equal to this Stihl is the price. They're exactly the same price. This is just heavier, a lot heavier, with a lot less power, with a lot less air velocity, with a lot of problems. With this, I'd be willing to take this into the bedroom at night and have it sleep right next to me in my king-size bed because I love it. This is Matt from Discovering Mikita.